right, Aloha, welcome to another Aloha Friday drip. Jackson, Tyler, ready to go.
Yes. Yeah, let's do it. Today, before we dive in, just obviously another reminder, plug here to go rate, review, share the podcast. That's the only thing we ask you to do for listening is to share it with others too, to make sure that they're receiving the value that you're receiving by listening to this.
And mahalo for all of y'all who have been doing that.
Yes.
Very grateful for that, man. We see it, and it means the world to us, dude, so mahalo.
Definitely. Thank you so much for doing that for sure. Today, do you want to introduce the topic? This was a topic that you wanted to talk about, but I can introduce it if you want me to.
Yeah, dude, intro. Get it that good intro. Let's go, bro.
Today, we are going to be talking. How's that? Today, we're going to be talking about why people struggle to raise capital on deals. Right? That's one of the things that we see often. Obviously, we're running a multifamily mindset, the multifamily education space. Acquiring these deals, you got to raise some capital. Always. You always are going to have to be raising capital and do these things. But we notice that's a struggle also that a lot of people fall into. So today, we wanted to highlight that and talk about why you think people struggle and maybe some actionables on to maybe turn that around so they don't struggle as much.
Totally.
So let's dive in.
So I think to even preface all of this, okay, once again, if you are struggling to raise capital, it's for a reason. If you're struggling to talk to brokers, it's for a reason. But I also believe in this. I believe in diving into tactics almost over strategy. You need both, but sometimes I just want you to be aware. Like sometimes as we talk about strategies, which we'll talk about a little bit today, sometimes that holds people back and like, hey man, I have to have this perfect strategy before going and taking action. But I'm going to tell you the opposite of that. Sometimes we need to do it the wrong way a whole bunch of times before we realize what's the right way, right? Before we realize and understand what feels good. I want to give you some strategies, but I also want you to take action. But as you take action and things aren't working, here's the key. Listen to me. Here's the key. As you're taking action and things aren't working, you have to be willing to sit back and be like, why didn't that go the way I wanted it to go? It's not because that person's a total asshole. It's because you can improve. That's right. What growth looks like. So how could I do it better the next time? Okay. How can I do it better? And that leads me to number one, which is perspective. People struggle raising capital, I believe, number one, first and foremost, because of lack of perspective. They focus on themselves only. How do I know that? Well, I have a lot of conversations with a lot of students within the program as they talk about what they do. But I also get a lot of messages from people raising money. Hey, man, I receive messages all the time on Instagram, text messages, emails. Hey, Tyler, great to chat with you. Hope things are well. I really need you to invest in. I would really like you. Man, I would really appreciate it if you would invest in this. Hey, this would really help me if you would. Nobody gives a shit about what you want when you're trying to raise capital. I just want to be very clear. Nobody gives a shit. Now, listen, I give a shit about you because the last trip we just talked about was positivity, love, service, and value. But I love you enough to tell you that nobody gives a shit about what you want, okay? They don't. They care about what they need, and they care about can you actually help them get there. When you came to the boot camp, we talked about, and if you go look at anything that we do on the path, we talk about, and if you're not involved in any of those things, I'm going to drill this into you right now. We flip the script. We see what those other people want, what they need, how we can provide value to them. When somebody asks me what I do, people don't care really what I do. They care about a couple things. Why what I do matters and how it will help them. That's it.
Yeah.
So flip the script, remove your own selfish needs and desires for a second, have a different perspective and be like, hey man, this is what I believe. This is how this can help you.
Okay. So how do you do that? I guess
give you an example?
Yeah.
Paxton's trying to convince me to have to get a dog.
I'm on Paxton's team. I'm on Paxton. I am very much on Paxton's side. I think you need a dog as well.
I don't know if I want a dog.
Okay.
I love dogs. But I also know that I'm going to be the one. Brittany and I are going to be the ones
good save
taking care of. That's just, reality, dude. But I'm going to tell you how Paxton approached it with me last night. He handed me a piece of paper Well, first off, we had this conversation. I actually posted on my story. I don't know if
Yeah.
you saw that. But then he handed me a paper, which I got to post about the paper. The title, Why Dad Wants a Dog.
Love it.
Swear to God, that's the
Love
title.
it.
And then in his little verbiage, all the reasons. Because dogs are part of the family. Dad loves families. I swear my life, dude.
I got to see this.
Oh, dude, I'll
gotta
take a
see it.
picture. I'll
I
show
gotta
it to
see
you, dude. Everything about why I would want a dog. It's not about why he wants a dog. It's all the reasons why I want a dog. Paxton is 7. If Paxton at 7 can understand that, you at however old you are can understand it, dude. Flip the script. Help them understand how you can help them. Period.
Man, like you really have to think about it from a investor's perspective as well too. If I can add a little something here, is a lot of time this is hundreds of thousands of dollars people are investing, so they don't care about what it's going to do for you. It's their hard-earned money that they have ready to deploy to invest.
Yes.
So they need to know what it's going to do for them.
Yep.
They don't care that it's going to get it to closing. They don't care what you're going to be able to do with it. They want to know how they're going to get it back and what you're going to do with it.
Yes.
So just like remembering that and living in reality there too. A lot of the times is a lot of times people want to make things about them.
Yep.
There's a problem. They want to make that. They want to make it about them. They want to take that problem. This is my fault. I need to raise this money. If you could give me this money, it's going to help me out so much. But in reality, that's not gonna help you raise that money whatsoever.
Because you want to know, that's so needy. You know, if you can just take that aside for a second, push it aside, and truly bring it to this because it's beneficial for everybody.
Yeah.
If you just take a second to understand that the way to get what you want is not to focus on what you want. It's to focus on what the other people want. I'm going to repeat it. The way you get what you want is not to focus on what you want, but to help other people get what they want. That's how you get what you want. But you have to have the foresight enough to push aside your own needs, your own petty concerns, and just truly focus on helping that person. What will help that person? Everyone needs something. But the problem is when we have this problem, this need, this concern, this worry, this whatever that's right here, we forget that everyone needs something.
Yeah.
Everyone has worries. Do you know? You want to know what one of my biggest worries is? Finding good ways to put my money to work. I'm always looking for ways to put my money to work. Always. Show me a good way that I can put my money to work.
Yeah.
We're gonna be good. Okay.
No. Okay. So that's the first thing is lack of perspective.
And another one is lack of follow-up.
Okay.
What I will do sometimes is people will, so I'll ask them a question, okay? Say I get on the phone with somebody, they're raising money from me. I will ask them a question that I know that they probably don't know the answer to, and I will, if they do, then I'm going to continue to ask them questions until they don't know the answer to. Then they're going to go, right? Try to find it. I'll wait for the response. When I get a response, I'm going to ghost them. I'm going to ghost them to see what they'll do. Are they going to continue to follow up? Are they going to find a solution? Or are they going to give up after one missed call, one missed text, one missed email? Which 99% of people give up after one missed call. And sometimes I'm not even intentionally doing that.
Yep.
I just showed you my phone. How many missed texts do I have?
300 and something.
Over 300 text messages on my GD phone right now.
Yeah.
So if you've sent me a text message, once again, and you're only focusing on you as an individual, you may think, well, this is probably the only text message that Tyler's going to see. He probably saw that right this second. He probably ignored that phone call, ignored that text message right that second. And you know what? What an asshole. And you know what? It's the jury's still out. And if I'm an asshole, I don't even know if the jury is out.
Well,
I think that I may be an asshole. It is okay, though.
Hey, we ebb and flow, brother.
We have moments of greatness and moments of assholishness. Okay? It happens, dude. So understand that do follow-up. Your follow-up game, more deals are lost to follow up, and more investor money is lost due to follow-up than probably freaking anything.
I agree.
And that leads into number 3. You want to know why they probably don't follow up?
Lack of personal belief.
Lack of personal belief, dude.
Yeah.
We have this lack of personal belief. And I'll tell you, personal belief meaning, they probably don't want to invest in me. They probably don't believe in me. It's all about you once again. So once again, bring it back to number 1, lack of perspective. Change your perspective. It's not about you. It's just not. But it is about you. You need to believe in yourself, man. As a new investor, as a new real estate syndicator, if you don't believe in your ability, nobody else will.
Yeah.
Nobody else will. Your actions will match your belief, right? So Your actions will match your belief. So let me drill this home for you. If you do not fully believe in your personal ability, if you don't just believe in your personal ability, then your actions will match that belief. What I mean by that is if you don't believe, you won't take the risk that you need to overcome the challenges and everything that's going to be thrown your way, dude. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be struggles. There's going to be everything that you need to overcome, and you overcome them by taking massive action, and you take massive action by having massive belief. Right,
dude. And all of these first three things that you've mentioned really tie into each other really well. Yeah. You're gonna have, if you have that personal belief, you're gonna have the correct perspective, and you're gonna have the confidence to be able to continue to reach out and to continue to have that follow up.
Yeah.
So these three really do play really well into each other. What would you say is, if you had to say which one's most important here? I think I know what your answer would be, but what do you think is most important out of these first three that we're talking about?
Always believe. Mm-hmm. I believe belief starts with everything, right? Belief will make you, doubt will break you. Like belief. You have to believe in what you're doing. Because if you believe in what you're doing, then you're going to be able to, like, for example, if I believe that what I'm doing is truly going to impact and help those people that I'm serving, well, then I'm going to focus on serving that person and knowing that they're going to see what I'm looking to do. They're going to see that my intention is to serve them and to help them. If you don't truly believe that what you're doing is going to help that person, you're gonna have a hard time, dude. You're gonna have a hard time with anybody.
You're gonna have a hard time following up. Was one of those things we talked about.
Yep.
You're not gonna want to follow up if you don't even
you're
believe.
Feel like a burden.
Yep.
Instead of a blessing.
Yep.
So, okay. So how do you enhance your belief, though? Right? Like,
yeah.
Because think about this: if you don't have belief, you're not going to be able to convince other people. And convincing other people is powerful. You have to be able to do that. You have to be able to listen. And if you can't, well, then brokers won't believe in your ability to close a deal. Investors won't believe that you have what it takes to execute on the business plan and exceed their returns. So once again, you have to enhance your belief. How do you enhance your belief? By taking small actions, man. And I believe that it always comes down to honoring small self-promises. Small self-promises. You continue to do that, your belief will inevitably be enhanced. Over the last little bit, okay, if you haven't followed a guy that runs a company called Hero Dad Bod, you need to go follow Hero Dad Bod, which is who? Michael Chrysler.
Michael Chrysler.
He's helped me a ton, man. You want to know how he's helped me? He has developed plans for me. Meal plans for you too. Uh-huh. Meal plans, workout plans, and he sends them to me all the time. And let me tell you what that's done, though. It's given me clarity and it's given me purpose. And it's given me something that this is what I'm supposed to do. So how do I honor my self-promises? By doing what is bullet pointed here.
Yeah.
So think about how simple that is. This is what you eat. This is what your workouts are. So if I eat this and I do this workout, I've honored self-promises. Has that helped me physically? Sure has. But do you know what's done more than anything? It's helped me mentally. To remind me that I can do tough things, that I can honor self-promises, and my confidence and my belief has enhanced a lot. Because what was I doing before that? I wasn't honoring self-promises when it came to health and those kind of things. I just was not. I was eating like shit, and I was half-assing my workouts. But all of a sudden somebody says, hey, man, do this, do that, and I do this and that, and all of a sudden my belief enhances. It's powerful. Well, we're telling you what to do. Go do it. Go focus on other people. Go have investor conversations. If we want to go through a call structure, I'll give you a call structure. Go do that. And then, but here's the thing. More than anything, you need to know what it is that you're going to do. Most people just don't define it.
Right.
Could I have went out there before Michael Chrysler and been like, I'm going to eat this and I'm going to work out here?
Yeah.
Yep. Sure could have, but I didn't. This is why our mentorship program is super valuable, because we tell you do this, do that, and if people just go do this and do that, their belief enhances and their progress is made. But anybody listening to this, whether you're part of a mentorship program or part of your own program, define it.
Yeah.
By defining it, now you give yourself this, you weaponize yourself with this tool to go and do it. That's beautiful.
No, I couldn't agree more, and I've seen that in my own life as well, and I've seen that in the lives of others as well, for sure. You talk about these small wins to enhance that self-belief. I think that starts first thing in the morning. Your alarm goes off. Yeah. That's the first win, right? That's something that Dallas talks about a lot, is winning the morning.
Yep.
But that's really what it is these bunch of these small little wins that you're going to stack before you even make it to work, before you even make it to whatever it is that you're working on. And the amount of belief and personal belief that cultivates is enormous. And it rolls that momentum throughout the rest of your day.
Totally.
Whatever it is that you're taking care of, or whatever it is that you're working.
Time you wake up. People spend
no,
way too
right.
much time.
I agree.
It's what did you say you're going to do, and did you do it?
Get up at that time.
And just the purpose behind it. I literally, on my calendar, it bullet points what I'm going to do.
Yep.
Did I do that? Did I wake up at this time, or did I push snooze? Did I read, or did I lay my ass on the couch?
Yeah.
Did I go to the gym, or did I lay my ass on the couch?
Yeah.
What did I do?
Yeah. Make sure you're doing those things. And a lot of those times, like you're talking about, there's these things that Michael's given you that you're checking off. A lot of those times you can set those things for yourself.
Yeah, totally.
And that'll help boost that self-confidence even more, as if you're doing what you told yourself to do, it's going to enhance your personal belief for sure.
So I don't know.
What else?
When is this podcast dropping? Is it dropping right as the third quarter starts?
Yeah. Pretty close to that.
So we're in the third quarter of the year. So my advice to you is go look back. You're halfway through, dude.
Yeah.
You're halfway through the year. Starting this second half. Go back and look at the first half. How was it?
How'd it go?
What did you do? What did you accomplish? Did you live up to what you said you were going to accomplish? Some of you maybe didn't even define what the fuck you wanted to accomplish, which means you probably haven't done shit. Go back and define what it is you're looking to accomplish. Get bold with it, dude. Specificity. And then understand that the way to do that is to help other people accomplish what they're looking to accomplish.
Yes. Perspective. So good. Okay, what else? Why can't people raise money?
Dude, I don't know. Lack of structure, okay? It is painful for me sometimes, a lot of the times, to get on these calls. People send me a message, and now I get on a call with them, and they're trying to pitch their deal, and there's just no direction. There's no direction. There's no focus. There's no definiteness. Definiteness of purpose is the starting point of all achievement, right? So there's no definiteness in it. Typical call would go something like this. They're calling me to invest in their deal, which means that they're doing this with me. They're doing this with everyone, which is this. Hey, okay, I sent the deal over to you. I saw that deal. So what questions do you have? Why? Now what I'm going to do. First off, that's not valuable. We talked about remember the last drip, we talked about positivity, love, service, value.
Uh-huh.
Well, what's valuable? Valuable is for you to know and have a very good understanding of what questions I probably had.
What questions they might have.
Yep.
Forecasting those out.
Lead into not just the questions that I have, because now you're hoping for me to come up with something to ask you. Well, okay, great. I love that I have the ability to ask you questions, but let's not just rely on me, man. That's never going to end well for you. That's never going to give you definiteness in your call, ever. You have to have a focus. You have to have a structure. You have to have an outline of what you're looking to accomplish on that call. Fix this mic here.
So yeah, do you mind going into a good call outline? What does it look
Absolutely.
like? Yeah, what does that look like?
If you're struggling to gain traction on your calls, if you're struggling and this relates to far more than just raising money. This is with anything that you're trying to do, man. Getting traction with brokers, getting traction with sponsors, getting traction with investors, or anybody that you're looking to gain traction with. I'll give you a system that I use. You've probably even heard me use this, the DNAS system.
I do know about this.
But here's a basic call outline structure, okay? I'm going to ask them their background. What's your background? Help me understand that. Have you invested before? What's your investment background, okay? I'm going to tell them my background. This is what I've done. This is what we do. I'm going to talk about our investment strategy. This is quick, okay? What's your background? Help me understand your investment strategy, because I'm about to walk through this call outline, and I want to know, have you ever invested in this deal before?
Yeah.
A deal before, or have you not? If you haven't, well, I'm going to approach it a lot different than somebody who has. I'm going to help you understand providing value to you. I'm going to help you understand how these deals are structured, what they do, what you should expect, what your returns. Well, I'm going to outline all that. If you've already invested into a deal, well, then I'm going to approach it a lot differently, because you already know what to expect. I may ask you, what did you like? What didn't you like? Help me understand why you're here talking to me. Why are you still investing with those other people or not? What is it, right?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to talk about my background, what we do, our investment strategy, and the market opportunities that we have. Why right now is a great time to invest. So 4 things that I just went through: their background, your investment strategy, and market opportunities. If you structure your call even like that, you go, I go, let me help you understand why we're doing what we're doing. Powerful.
Powerful, yeah. How? No, it is. But is that seriously as simple as it is?
Simple, dude. I'll go into
That's why I'm kind of puzzled. Is that it? Is that all that you do?
I mean, that's my first initial call, man.
Yeah.
I remember when Melissa came on to Raise, and she was talking to me about her calls, and Melissa is very good, by the way. She's
very good.
Very good at having conversations. Do you want to know why she's very good? Because she is also a very good learner, and she has a ton of conversations. So once again, I talk about in the very beginning how people will be nervous to take action because they think their strategy will be shitty. Your strategy will be shitty. And a lot of the times, once again, you have to do things the wrong way, to understand how to do them the right way. What is it? So, but the only way that you're really going to understand that is to really have a growth mindset as you go in and ask yourself these questions of like, okay, this is how I approached it. Where did I go off base? Where did I start to lose traction in the conversation? And then improve it. And then ask questions. Hey man, this is what I'm doing, to somebody who's done it before. This is what I'm doing. How can I improve it? Role play, right?
Yeah.
Role play that.
Something you do very often, that you guys do very often.
Yeah.
You mentioned DNAS.
Yes.
Let's dive into that.
Okay.
What's that all about?
I'm going to give you an example first. Can I give you an example of what I just talked about?
Yeah.
Because just painting this picture, okay? Something along the lines of, hey, we get on the call, talk about role playing. Okay, here we go. We get on the call. Hey, Jackson, great to have you on this call. I'm excited to walk you through everything, help you understand how the outline is going to go. First off, I have another investor call in about 30 minutes. So it's okay with you. I'm going to dive right in. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfect. I have 25 minutes, so that's perfect.
Oh shit! I didn't even look at the clock. I have about 20 minutes. Okay, let's go. So first, what I would like to do, is hear about your background, your experience in the real estate, market, the real estate sector, the real estate investing world, whatever it is, however you want to say that. Then I'll share about my background, and I'll talk about our investing strategy as a company, where we see these market opportunities within the niche that we're in. Afterwards, I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds great.
Boom. Literally, that's simple. That is a simple process. Now, what do you have to do deeper than that, obviously, is you have to dive into what is your actual background that you'll be sharing, what is your investment strategy, and what are the market opportunities. Remember last drip we talked about, you had mentioned something along the lines of people, interest rates, and problems and negativity. Well, okay, if that's all you're focusing on, how in the hell are you going to talk about the opportunities that are in the market?
That's a great point.
Yes, you have to flip the script and understand that may be some of their worries, but where does the opportunities come from that? If you're only talking about the worry, that's the only thing that you've allowed into your mind, you're not going to be able to share market opportunities. What are the opportunities? What is good? Why should they invest? What is happening, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, doing that and just setting up that call structure, dude, it makes people feel comfortable, honestly, is what it does. It makes them helps them understand that it's not your first rodeo, even if it is your first rodeo, but really just helps them understand that there's some purpose,
some structure.
There's some structure,
structure to the call.
I would put it.
Yeah. And it is important to have that structure too, because everything that you mentioned, it's not only going to help you understand them and answer any questions that they might have and get to where you want to go, but it's also going to give them that confidence in you as well, because you're coming into this call structured and ready to go.
Totally.
Is there anything else you wanted to add there on the DNAS?
Well, that's not DNAS. I'll dive into DNAS.
Okay.
One more thing before that I can't remember when we've mentioned this, but set your intention.
Right.
What's your intention on the call, man?
Right.
And what should their intention be about?
It's serving them. How can they help the investor? That should always be your intention.
People will feel your intention far more than they hear what you say.
Yep.
So set your intention. What is it? Is it to truly help them? Then you don't have to worry about saying the right thing all the time. It's about truly how can you help them, man.
Yeah. And it really, no, it's so valuable. And if you do that, you keep saying this, but I just want to hammer it home. It makes it so much easier to do, to get what you want when you're serving them and when you're trying to get them what they want.
So how do you get them what they want?
Right. Let's dive into that.
That's DNAS.
Okay. Let's dive in.
So if you're struggling with, most people can set an intention, but you're struggling with how to truly understand what people want, to truly understand how to phrase this, how to understand how to go about your conversation. DNAS, there's a great book by Patrick Henry Hansen called DNAS. I think it's called DNAS of Sales or something.
Something like that.
But I'll give you the premise of this game. It's a conversational type structure. So D stands for discovery, N stands for needs, problems, and this is the outline of your conversation, okay? A is ascertain pain, S is solutions. Okay, so let me paint this picture. The discovery side. Once again, think about them. I told you just this call structure before, right? What are their needs? So I want to discover about you. I'm having this conversation with you, Jay, and I want you to invest in my deal. I would like you to invest in my deal. My intention is to help you invest. Maybe in my deal, maybe somewhere, but I want to help you any way that I can. Oh, okay. I don't know how to help you until I know about you. So I'm going to try to discover, once again, DNAS, I'm going to discover some things about you. What's your story? What's your background? What have you done? What are you looking for? What's your investments? Once again, what have you done, right? Okay. That can be a very quick process.
Very important process, though.
Super important.
What are you doing when you're discovering there? Why, like really, I know you just kind of said so you can understand how you can help them, but I know there's a little bit deeper into that as well.
Dude, I'm about to give some advice and trying to paint this picture, but if I just go into this, okay, so for example, somebody comes up to me and they just start spewing off information.
Right.
Okay. For example, let me give you this example, okay? Guy comes up to me in the last class that I taught, and he's like, let me tell you something that's going to help you. I'm like, okay. He's like, you got to meditate. You got to meditate. And he goes, and I'm just like listening. I'm like, yep, I meditate all the time, every day. I love it. He's like, oh, you do? Yep. So now flip this, okay? Could he still provide value to me knowing that I meditate?
Absolutely.
Yes, but so how do we switch this? Discovery. Hey, man, I'm hearing you talk and what you go through. Like, do you meditate by chance? Okay. Now I say, I do meditate. I love to meditate. Now what can he do? Now he can talk about how I meditate. How often do I meditate? How long do I meditate? What do I do? What's my process? Then he can give me some specific guidance. Now, I'm always looking to grow. I'm always looking to improve. So as he's telling me, now you should meditate. This is how long you should meditate for. This is what you should do. This is how you should do it. I actually learned some things because I'm very open to it. But my initial reaction was more like, good Lord, dude. Yeah, no, I meditate all the time. Like, I want to interrupt. I'm not going to interrupt him. I'm going to be patient and listening. Oh, wait. He just mentioned something that I don't do. But very few people are like that. Dude.
Right.
Most people are just going to be annoyed, okay?
Right.
So just discover.
Yeah.
What do they do? Does that make sense?
Yes, totally.
Okay.
Very important. Okay, second thing.
Needs, problems, man. What's their why? Everyone needs something. We've talked about this in the very beginning, dude. Everyone needs something. Flip the focus, flip the script. So what is it? Okay, so you've invested in the past. So like, help me understand, like, how did that go? Did it go well? Did it not go well? Why do you need to invest? Like, what are you looking to accomplish from that investing? I'm just literally trying to help understand what their need is. Because it's not just that they want to invest the money. And it's not just that they want to make money.
Right.
It's never money. It's always something that money helps them do. That peace of mind, that whatever that is. Maybe they've had some stock market volatility. Maybe they've tried to invest in single family homes and they are sick of being a property manager. Maybe they're, managing their own properties. They don't see the scalability, whatever it is. What is it? Maybe they're a doctor who works a lot and doesn't have time to do this on their own, but they know that if they make good money, but if they don't work, they don't make money. I don't know. What is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Define what that is. That's your needs, problems type side. Any questions there? Are you good?
No. I just something to add in here. As you're going through this DNA process with people, it's not like you're checking the box. Okay, I discovered. Now I need to ask them what they need. Now I need to figure out what the pain. You know what I mean? All of this is happening in a conversation.
It's a conversation.
It's a conversation, right? It's almost all of these things. I like to think of it as it's all discovery with sub points of
it's
why
purpose.
why are you doing it? Then you're also doing some discovery there.
Yep.
So that's just what I really wanted to add in there, is that it's not a checklist type of a system.
Think about even what we're doing here on the podcast. We have a focus, we have an intention of what we're trying to accomplish. We have a couple bullet points, but then we're having a conversation.
Right.
It's the same thing. We know we have a purpose in the direction of our conversation, but we're going to have a conversation. You're going to mention something that I haven't thought of, and we're going to riff on that, and then we're going to come back.
Right.
We have this direction. Yes?
Totally.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. So their needs. So discovery, DNAS, right? Discovery, needs. Ascertain pain. There is a pain as to why they need what it is. What happens if they don't fulfill that need? What stopped them from fulfilling that already? That's important too.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe they've talked to a lot of people that have investment opportunities. Think about how weaponizing this is. Okay, so you've been looking at ways to invest this money. You need to invest that money. We talk about why that is. Like, what happens if you don't find a place to invest it? Then what happens? And you literally make them paint this picture. Well, then that money is going to continue to lose money due to inflation. And it's going to sit in my bank account. And that's risky. And it's not growing for me and my family and my future. And okay, so what has stopped you from putting that money to work? Well, I haven't found somebody that I feel comfortable with. Like, okay, well, how come? What is it? Right? It gives you this information to understand what their worries are, dude. And why is that all powerful? Because, dude, then you can understand how to provide value. That's how you can understand how to provide value, right? How to provide a solution. Maybe you're the solution. Maybe you're not. So you ascertain the pain. So D, discovery. N, needs. A, ascertain pain. S, solutions. But here's what would most people do at this point. Most people would discover, have this conversation. They would understand what their needs are. They would ascertain some pain. And then when I say solutions,
they would pitch something probably.
They would pitch, dude. They would freaking go in and just, let me tell you how this is the solution. Nay. What would I do?
Well, I know what you do.
How can we help? Okay, so I don't tell them what the solution is directly, like, hey, this is a solution. I would ask, I'm going to let them sell themselves on it. So, okay, so sweet. So tell me now, we've had this, help me understand how you believe that we can help accomplish what you're looking to accomplish. Let me just take a step back and help you understand how powerful this is, okay? To all those listening, this is if you're talking to your kids, to your spouse, to investors, to brokers, to literally anybody. Let me help you understand this. If you just go in and you lambaste them with what you believe is the solution, it might be a great solution, but it's not going to sink. It's not going to sink. You want to make sure that it sinks. Well, how do you do that? You ask this open-ended question. How do you believe that we can help you? And they are going to do one of two things. Either begin to tell you how they believe that you can help them, which means they are now selling themselves as to why you're the solution. You're not selling them as to why you're the solution. They are selling themselves as to why they're the solution. Or they're going to tell you, that's one. Or number two, they're going to tell you why they don't believe you are the solution. Is that good or bad?
I think that's good.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
It's a great thing.
Instead of you lambasting them with what you believe is the solution, it's not about you.
Right.
You believe. You're asking them this question that is now going to get very directly to the source. How do you believe that we can help? They're going to let you know that. You confirm, then it's done. Or they're going to tell you, I don't believe you can help. I don't believe. I have very big doubts as to that you are the solution. And here's why. Boom, boom, boom. Those objections, those concerns, that's a beautiful thing. Because those objections and concerns help you understand where their worry is about you, where their pain is about you. And then you can hone in on what that really is. But if that is the case, okay, listen, take notes. And if you're driving, pull the fuck over and take notes, okay?
Love it. Hit record.
If they're hitting me up with a bunch of things, you heard me on a call with a student just recently.
Yeah.
They're lambasting me with about 17 concerns.
Uh-huh.
Did I go in and try to solve every single one of those
I don't
concerns?
think you tried to solve a single one of those concerns. I don't think
Nope.
you addressed even one of them.
I addressed them, but I didn't go and check them off the list.
You addressed them, correct. You didn't go in to resolve each concern. That's correct. Sorry.
Right, because there's a stated objection, and then there's the real concern. The stated objection is very rarely the real concern. So I'm going to hone in on. So for example, let's say that they're like, well, I'm a little bit nervous about what you guys are doing because I don't know your track record. Well, I don't know if your track record of success. Okay, so here's how you set it aside. Okay, this is golden, by the way. All this, dude. Well, I wasn't planning on getting to any of this shit. This is golden.
This is so good. This is stuff that this is very valuable things. Also, just a reminder, we're talking about how to raise money, why you can't raise money, and then these are some tools that you can utilize that are going to help you raise money.
Yep. So solutions. We're on the S of the DNAS, right? Solutions. Once again, how do you think that we can help you? They're going to either say how they believe that you can help them, and then boom, that's the easy part. But if they are saying, which a lot of times they will, a concern, you're not just going to go try to solve those concerns. You're going to set them aside and figure out what's the real concern. Okay. So if we can show you the track record of success and we can show you that, then are you ready to invest? Then would it be a fit? Well, no, because of, I don't know. I want to also know about this. Well, okay. So I'm setting it aside.
You didn't get them the track record. You didn't show them the track record.
Well, let me tell you about my track record. My track record is we got this, and this is what we projected, and this is what we've done, and this is what that's not even the real concern. You just think it is. It's usually a smoke screen, right? You're going to set it aside. Okay, so you want to know about this specific aspect of the property. Okay, so if I show you this specific aspect of the property, then you're wanting to invest. Yeah. You're ready to invest. Well, no, because I want to know about, and then you're just going to continue to this process of having conversations. No worries. I'm just trying to figure out, I'm taking notes on all these. I promise you. Oh, no, this is what it is. This is what it is. Because I'm going to tie all these back in, dude. I'm going to tie all these back in. Uh-huh. Okay, now we finally figure out what it is, and what it is what truly is the pain point for them or the concern for them is the market that you're investing in. I don't know, whatever it is.
Sure.
I don't know about this market. Okay, so what is exactly about the market that you're not, sure of? Well, I just don't know about the job growth. I don't know, whatever it is, okay? Okay, so we can look into that and I can show you what those things are. But once again, if we do that and you can understand what those things are and it is something that meets what your needs are, then are you ready to move forward or you're looking to move forward to invest? That's the only thing holding you back? Yeah, that is. I just need to know what those things are. Sweet. Now you go in and you show them what it is. Hey, what is it that you're looking for? What do you believe that the job growth should be? Okay, well, this is what the job growth is. Let's say that it now overcome. It
overcame my objection.
Yep.
Okay.
Sweet. Let's move forward. Let's move forward with whatever it is. Okay. Well, no. Well, I'm still a little bit. Well, let's backtrack. You would help me. You had told me in the beginning. Once again, I want you to make the decision that's best for you. But you had told me in the beginning that if we could help you understand this, that
you'd feel
that
comfortable
was a
moving
fit.
on. Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So what's holding you back now? What's holding you back now? Well, maybe they're just nervous to put their money to work. Okay, now you bring it back up to they're paying. Well, okay, if you continue to make this a worry of not putting your money to work, but I'm showing you ways you can put it to work. But if you just continue to hone in on be worried about putting it to work, you eventually have to make that decision. So if you don't, where does that leave you? Well, my money's not.
It leaves me right where I am right now.
Yeah. And what does that mean for you?
Stay stagnant. Nothing happens.
Once again, man, I'm letting them do these things. Okay,
right.
So how can we help you do that? You're having this conversation, and you're just continuing to bring it back. Discover what the background is, what their needs are, where their pain point is, and then let them paint the solutions, dude. And then once they give you an objection, make sure that you hone in on what that objection is before you spend all this time solving that objection.
Right.
Truly understand what that is, And then if that doesn't get them over, bring them back up to their pain point.
Yep. Yeah. Man, such valuable stuff here. This is literally how you've raised how much? Do you know?
It's how I've been able to do more than just raise money.
Right. No, I was going to get there. This is just a fantastic way to communicate with purpose.
Communicate with purpose and help people, truly help them take action on whatever it is they're wanting to take action on.
Yeah.
Taking action is a nerve-wracking thing.
Sure.
So it's helping people take action. So for example, these students within our networking, within our mentorship program, they're nervous to take action. You know what I do? I take them through a DNAS process to help them understand what's holding them back from taking the actions that they need to take to benefit their life. That's all it is, dude. I don't get stuck, honed in on this freaking problem that isn't really the problem. I'm going to drill into what the point is, to having the most efficient, effective conversation possible to help them take action. Now, listen, if this comes down to some sort of an objection, and listen to what I'm saying here because this is huge, okay? If it comes down to some sort of an objection, a concern, a worry that you guys cannot solve, that it's literally not a fit for you to solve, do not try to solve that. Refer them to somebody else that can solve that. Refer them to help them understand why this isn't going to be a fit. And I want to paint this picture. When you do that, hey, you know what, man, I wish I could help you with that. But so if we could help you with that process, then it'd be a fit for you. Yeah, man, I wish I could help you with that, but that's not a fit because of X, Y, Z, man. But you know what? I know a couple of people that might be able to help you with that I could refer you to. Then what you're doing is you're showing your intent once again at the very first part of this, which was to help that person, dude. It's not about you. It's about them. That person, we talked about direct and indirect forces. Maybe they still invest with you. Maybe they don't. But that indirect force that will come back to you from doing what's right for that person will absolutely help you down the path of what you're looking to accomplish.
Yeah. Add wealth to your life in more ways than just money.
Yep.
Absolutely. Such powerful things here answered. We started at why you can't raise money.
And now you can.
And now you can. And now you can. We ended the episode with telling you how a way that you can indeed raise this money.
So listen, man, if you just pulled some value from this, share it. Let us know. Go tell other people. Listen, go share it, dude. It's valuable information. You don't get that stuff anywhere else out there. And if you do, let me know. I want to go listen to their stuff. You do not get what you just heard. I guarantee you. You don't. And if you do, let me know. I'll go listen to it.
Yeah, I want to know for sure.
But if you haven't heard what I just taught you, first off, go put it to work. Go share it with other people too, man. It's the only way that other people will know. That's valuable.
It's so true. So true. A Hawaiian value. Do we have a Hawaiian value for this?
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Hawaiian value that I put in is malama. And malama is this Hawaiian word to care for and protect, okay? But you'll also hear malama associated with the word malama ka'aina. And malama ka'aina is to care for the land, okay? And you know, like Hawaiians freaking love the land, dude. But malama hanua is another one, okay? Malama hanua is to care for everything, especially your community, right? But care for everything. So live this, principle of malama in everything within everything of your life, right? When you do that, you take care of people, man. You take the focus off of yourself and you focus on other people. And that's how you, literally, if you live this principle of malama in every aspect of your life, you will find yourself. You'll find purpose and meaning in your life. You'll be able to help other people do the same thing. And that will bring wealth in every aspect of your life. So malama, care for malama hanua. Care for everything.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then also, any other last departing words?
Nope.
You sure?
I mean, I always have something I want to say. It's just so true, these things that Tyler's talking about. Not only do I know them because I've used them, but I've seen them work time and time and time and time again. And as well with this principle, this Hawaiian principle, it just goes back to intent. That very first thing that we talked about. Is if you do have true care for the community, that intent will be felt.
Totally, dude.
Yeah.
So go give some intention, good, pure, solid intention to all those people you're talking with, and live always with aloha. Peace.